Welcome back to AI Path. So far our agents have been fairly linear. Today we're unlocking the real power of LangGraph, conditional branching, cycles, and multipath workflows. This is where your agents start making real decisions. Let's dive in. The most powerful feature in LangGraph is conditional edges. A normal edge always goes to the same next node. But a conditional edge calls a function that looks at the state and decides where to go. Here's how it works. You write a routing function that takes the state and returns a string, the name of the next node. Then you use add conditional edges to wire it up. For example, after the chatbot responds, we can check, did it call a tool? If yes, go to the tools node. If no, go to end. You can route to any number of destinations. 2, 3, 10 different paths. The function decides at runtime based on the actual state. Now let's build a self-correcting agent. This is one of the most powerful patterns in LangGraph. The idea is simple: the agent does something, then checks its own work. If the result is good, move on. If it's not good enough, go back and try again. Here's a concrete example. We have a writer node that generates text and a reviewer node that checks the quality. The reviewer scores the output. If the score is below the threshold, the conditional edge sends it back to the writer. The writer sees the feedback and tries again. This loop continues until the quality is good enough or we hit a maximum number of retries. This is how you build agents that actually improve their own output. LangGraph also supports parallel branches. Sometimes you want to run multiple things at the same time. For example, when a user asks a complex question, you might want to search the web and check a database simultaneously. In LangGraph, you do this by adding edges from one node to multiple nodes. Or you use the Send API to fan out dynamically. All branches run in parallel. Then you can have a join node that collects the results. This is great for research agents, comparison tasks, or any workflow where independent steps can run at the same time. A common pattern is MapReduce. You take a big task, split it into smaller pieces, process each piece in parallel, and then combine the results. LangGraph's Send API makes this easy. You can dynamically create nodes based on the data. For example, if you need to summarize 10 documents, you can fan out to 10 parallel summarizer nodes, each handling one document. Then a reducer node combines all 10 summaries into one. This is the same pattern that powers Google's search engine and many other large-scale systems. And in LangGraph, it's just a few lines of code. Let's put it all together with a real example: a research agent. The user asks a question. The planner node breaks it into sub-questions. Each sub-question fans out to a researcher node that searches the web in parallel. The results come back to a reviewer that checks quality. If any result is low quality, it loops back for a retry. Once all results pass review, the synthesizer combines everything into a final answer. This agent uses conditional edges, parallel branches, and self-correcting loops, all in one graph. And thanks to checkpointers, you can pause it at any point and resume later. Let's summarize the 4 key patterns. Pattern 1, conditional routing. Use a function to decide which node to go to next. Pattern 2, self-correcting loops. Check your work and retry if it's not good enough. Pattern 3, parallel fan-out. Run multiple branches simultaneously and combine results. Pattern 4, MapReduce. Split a big task, process pieces in parallel, combine. These patterns can be mixed and matched. A single graph can use all 4. And that's the beauty of LangGraph: you have full control over the flow. That's branching, cycles, and conditional logic. Your agents can now make decisions, self-correct with loops, fan out in parallel, and handle complex multipath workflows. In the final video, we'll cover multi-agent systems and deploying to production with LangGraph platform. Hit subscribe and I'll see you in part 5.